Hello everybody and welcome to Win Spooky Prizes, the show where we ask the questions that everyone was too scared to ask. I'm Eddie and I'm joined today by three people who are definitely alive right now, and they are Jamie.
Oh, hey, yeah, no, I talked to my doctor last week. That means I'm definitely 100% alive, right?
Probably, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Alex?
Brains.
Seems legit, Yeah,
all good.
And our judge this episode is Bear.
Hi, I'm Eddie.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what?
That's very spooky, yeah, definitely.
That's the most confusing thing you could have said.
Get spooked.
I'm terrified. Bear, what ridiculously scary question have you got for us today?
All right, everyone, hold on to your butts.
I already
'cause
was.
This one's a real spooker.
I always do.
I've been going around places, and we've got an ecto-pandemic at the moment. There's ghosts absolutely everywhere.
Pandemic.
The Ghostbusters can't handle shit. We already know they're not taking our calls because of years ago.
Oh, that was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
that was mostly my fault.
So, I need a way to deal with this myself. I'm not really afraid of ghosts. Ah! Sorry, I said ghosts.
You did. That is pretty spooky.
Okay, I need to be less afraid of ghosts. I gotta deal with the ghosts. I need to bust those ghosts.
Nice.
The question today is, how am I gonna bust ghosts?
Can we get clarity on the question? Do you mean bust ghosts or bust ghosts?
Bust ghosts.
Got it.
That clarified anything?
No, I'm going to assume that you want the ghosts out of your house
Okay.
or out of the location you want. And I've got a great way to do that.
That's what the Ghostbusters do, right? Just remove the ghosts from a location. So that's
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. So we need to add some utility to these ghosts.
That was the question.
So if we capture them in Pokéballs, ghosts are real Pokemon. Like there's a ghost-type Pokemon, so you can definitely capture them in Pokéballs.
Ghost Ball is a thing, right?
And then you've got ghost Pokemon, and you can then do whatever you want to do with Pokemon with your ghosts.
Wait, you're going to set up an underground fighting ring off the back of Bear's woes?
Yeah.
Are all ghosts Pokemon?
It's on their
They are
timeline.
now. It turns out Pokemon were real the whole time,
Okay.
and it was just ghosts.
Yeah.
But I need to be able to, on average, I need to be able to fight that ghost before I can catch it, right?
You're really good at first ball catches.
I mean, all you need is a single ghost. You need, like, the initial ghost to start the thing, and then that ghost, once you've caught it in a Pokeball, will fight the other ghosts for you so you can capture them all, and then you got a bunch of ghosts.
Didn't you get your starter when you turned 10, Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I ate it, and
Oh.
then I waited for my main meal.
Oh.
In the initial Pokemon Yellow, doesn't Oak just yeet a Pokeball at a Pikachu without doing anything
Yeah,
to
you
it?
can.
Go, That'll do. I've
You,
caught that one.
you often can early in the
Yeah,
game.
you can get lucky. Just with a lot of ghosts, they want to kill you. So if you don't get lucky on that first throw,
Just find a really inexperienced
Yeah, but
ghost.
like presumably the ghost still goes into the Pokeball, so you can yeet the Pokeball, watch the ghost go inside it, run away, and if the ghost doesn't come chasing after you within like 30 seconds, you've probably caught it.
Yeah.
I do like the idea that unlike the show, in the game you always at least partially get the Pokemon inside the ball. So if you just throw Pokeballs fast enough, it can just never deal with you.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the game, everyone is very nice and they take turns, so you have to wait a turn for the ghost to go, okay, I'm a bit annoyed at you now, I'm going to point you a bit.
Yeah.
But as long as you're fine with, like, a ghost trying to lick you or something, you should be good.
And it comes out the Pokeball and casts curse on you, and now you're cursed for life, but then you throw another ball and get it.
It could just cast mean looks so you can't run away. Is that what that does?
I think so. Wait, it's mean? Yeah, I think it might be.
Probably.
So you're hoping I get lucky with a ghost early on, and then I can just sort of train the ghosts to kill ghosts?
What you're doing with your ghosts is up to you. Probably don't want to be up all night to get lucky with a ghost, though.
All right.
Sorry, that was a groan
A
emanating.
real forced.
That was.
Look, Bear, if you don't want to fight the ghosts with ghosts, you could just start capturing them, and then you could enter some, like, well, I guess they're not dog shows, but the equivalent of dog shows, some Pokemon competitions, and then you could make your fortune that way.
That's all good, but I'm not Eddie. I'm not here for a capitalist victory. I'm here to deal with the constant
What?
ghosts.
You'll still dealt with a constant ghost. You'll be like, this is my shelf of haunted Pokeballs.
Yeah, the Pokeball answers, but going away and doing contests doesn't mean I stop busting ghosts all the time.
Okay, but hang on, you can also outsource this, right? You capture a few ghosts, you start handing away the ghosts you have caught, and then you increase the, like, pyramid scheme style.
Yeah.
Everyone hires 2 more Pokemon ghost trainers to catch more ghosts, and eventually we eliminate the problem and the pyramid scheme falls apart. The perfect system.
Some kind of franchise of ghost-busting individuals?
Ooh.
Well, hang on, slow down. Let's slow down. Let's not infringe on too many copyrights.
Although, if I give away enough ghosts, then eventually someone's going to form Team Rocket or something. Team Ghost, Team Spook.
It's a risk we're willing to take.
Don't Team Rocket always just have a Rattata? They don't know how to handle a Ghastly.
Well, okay, but Team Spooky. And then they're going to go start murdering people for money with their things and make more ghosts.
Team Rocket doesn't murder people, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, Team Rocket
Not
is...
the Team Rocket you know.
Oh, God.
Jesse and James don't murder people.
The ones in the games don't murder people.
Giovanni's probably murdered someone.
Giovanni has tied Geodudes to people's feet before.
He's got blood on his hands.
You'll be swimming with the Magikarps now.
I just believe that it's basically as harmless as they are in the show in the games. They're just completely incompetent, the whole lot of them.
There will be activist groups, though, who are like, you're capturing these ghosts against their will, even though they probably want to fight, given how Pokeballs work.
What, Peter turns up?
Yeah, Ghost Peter turns up.
The Pokemon, they're just animals. It's just normal Peter.
The ghost, before I catch it, says, I hate you, I want to kill you. 2 seconds after I hit it with the ball, it's like, I love you, Daddy.
You have to fight with it a lot to get its friendship up.
Yeah, there are some powerful drugs in those Pokeballs. We don't really talk about them.
We digitize it, we rewrite the code, they send it back out.
Wait, digital monsters.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, are they just ghosts? Is Digimon just ghosts?
Ghosts in the machine.
We gotta eliminate
Yeah.
Digimon? Have we gotta bust Digimon as well?
Welcome to Win Stupid Philosophical Prizes. Are Digimon just ghosts is our new question. It's the show within a show.
The philosophical question of are Digimon ghosts?
Do Digimon dream of electric sheep?
Digimon just exist because of Bill's PC.
Yes, there we go. Perfect, yeah. It's inside the Pokemon universe.
Yeah.
Now everyone can stop fighting about which one's better. It's the same setting.
Congratulations.
Bill's PC, I mean, like, Porygon exists from code in a space. Alright, let's get back to the episode.
Yeah.
I caught
Is
myself.
Porygon a
Good
ghost?
job. Good. You caught yourself. Fantastic.
I busted myself.
If we take Bill's PC, then you can just store your Pokemon digitized on the PC. So what, like, once you've got your collection of haunted Pokeballs, you can just be like, okay, now they're on the haunted computer, and then you can put the haunted computer away in the basement and never touch it again.
No, I would definitely make games with it and spook people.
That sounds like the start of a movie. Someone like finds your house after you're dead, goes into the basement, there's a haunted computer, they boot it up,
Plays with
and
my
suddenly
balls.
all the ghost Pokemon pop out.
Or they get sucked into it Jumanji style.
Oh, yeah.
This is very functional. The main question I have to ask for my own safety is when I do a terrible throw, hit a wall, it bounces off and hits myself.
Uh-oh.
Do I catch myself? Do I bust myself?
Well, there's a philosophical question about this.
Welcome back to Win Philosophical Prizes.
Oh, no, you only catch yourself if you've enabled the cheat that lets you catch trainers. And knowing you might have.
I don't know if in Pokemon World, people can't be caught by Pokemon purely by convention.
Well, we don't have the money to get Pokemon. This is Pal World, and you are catchable.
Oh, no.
Huh. Interesting.
No, only your shoes are captured because you said that you can only capture trainers.
Way.
I had to stop myself from clapping sarcastically at that joke.
Claps are important, Eddie, for timing the podcast.
I know, right?
I do want Pokeballs because having some Pokeballs would be sweet for a costume as well. Like going to Comic-Con, and my whole costume is just 6 real Pokeballs.
And you summon 6 ghosts at Comic-Con. Suddenly you're like, oh no, I've undone the thing I came to do. I've been trying to bust ghosts this whole time. I just released half a dozen of them.
And they can't go on me because of the Pokeballs, but everyone else is screwed.
Yeah, you're one like real fuck up away from just undoing all your hard work with the Pokeball system as well.
That's just life.
That's just the Ghostbusters movie, isn't
Because
it?
you can release Pokemon from the PCs. You release the ghosts back into the world. Oh no.
You get one bad actor.
One hack and all your hard work.
Yeah, I play Nuzlocke. Anytime I lose a fight, I set the ghost free.
It's dead after all.
Peter is just one good hack away from like undoing all your hard work.
It would be great stream content, though. It's like, whenever I die on this hard video game, I released one ghost.
IRL Pokemon stream.
It partially solves the problem, though. That's Bear taking a bunch of ghosts from all over the place to localizing them to just his house.
Yeah, which is exactly what you want to do, right, Bear?
Just one super haunted house.
That's a form of busting.
Yeah, they turn it into a haunted house. Perfect.
Wait, that's my answer for later.
Cut that. Cut that one.
Okay, so balls is one answer, always. What else we got?
It's funny that you mentioned getting the ghosts to fight each other, because I think I could fight a ghost.
Well, you can fight children, so are ghosts like children?
Ghosts are just one step away from kids, realistically, if you think about it.
We're meant to yes and, but I'm going to press doubt.
Doubt, how do I fight ghosts? Jamie, you've fallen for my trap card. How do you fight ghosts? Easy. Sage knuckle dusters. EMF guns.
Holy water pistols.
Exactly. Holy water grenades. Like, there are many ways of dealing with ghosts. Thresholds. Thresholds are a thing that stops ghosts in some capacities.
Salt.
I just have a portable threshold, put them in a cage. That's a form of... And I cage match them. Yes, with my sage knuckle dusters.
Now, are you becoming essentially Reagan from Mob Psycho?
Maybe. I don't know what that is.
Okay, he's a guy who... The main character has all this psychic power to fight ghosts.
Fantastic.
And Reagan is a scam psychic dude who becomes his mentor and just like, yeah, my super technique, salt punch. And he's like spraying salt and everything.
I mean, yes, except it's not a scam. I'm just going to actually fight ghosts by spraying salt at everything.
Do you believe in the ghosts in the first place, though, or you just think someone else is like, oh no, there's a ghost?
How could I fight them if I didn't believe in them? I believe in the power of fighting things.
So you have a bath in holy water, and then you can wrestle.
On stream.
What? Hang on.
Getting a priest to bless your bath every night is a little bit weird.
I mean, anyone can be a priest. Like, holy water is so easy to make.
You just need to, like, read the Bible, like, for 5 minutes, so that you're like, oh, that's
You just make up a religion. You say, I'm the king of this new religion, now I can bless this holy water. Boom, done.
Don't most, like, anti-ghost religion blessing things come from, like, two religions and not the rest? So I'm not sure if every religion has that power. It's very depending on what it thinks about the afterlife.
But it costs no power to make a religion, and you can assign it as an anti-ghost religion.
You do have to have faith.
Yeah, I think faith is an important part here. So if you truly believed in the new religion that you made, then it would be potent holy water. But if you were just doing it to make holy water and didn't really believe in it, it wouldn't really work.
That's the hack, though.
But thankfully, I'm willing to believe anything for any reason.
You know that, like, you fully believe that you can just create a set of rules that lets you fight ghosts, and therefore it works.
Yeah.
Ignoring the make a new religion, I don't know how easy it is to become an actual priest in some religions. You can make it work even without that.
But it needs to be, like, verifiable faith.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're going to get Eddie to join the church.
Yeah, we take the primary source of Salem's Lot. He was able to, like, burn the vampire because he had lots of faith, and then the vampire was like, haha, you don't have faith anymore. And he's like, oh crap, I can't burn the vampire anymore.
So this is Spiral Power or Warhammer Orcs.
Yeah, basically. It's the Warhammer Orcs thing. You have to believe fully.
It's the WOG.
So potentially you need to get, like, yourself psyched up or, like, hypnotized to believe, like, your own bullshit.
Converted.
Or
What do you
converted.
mean believe my own bullshit? I do believe my own bullshit.
I love the scenario though where you're like, yes, I'm gonna go fight a ghost, it's gonna be so cool, and then a ghost says, woo, and you say, oh, I'm out.
Oh, too spooky for me. All right,
You just turn-
So wait, we need to blindfold Eddie and put in earplugs so you can't hear or see the ghost and not get spooked, and then we get you to go fight them, and you have to believe that, yeah, because then you won't get scared.
It is true. I am a big scaredy cat, although, like, Podcast Eddie is not. So.
No. Also, these are solutions for Bear. Bear doesn't get spooked.
No, that's true, yeah. But, you know, I think Bear needs me to do the fighting in this case, because I will fight anything.
Actually, good point. We know Eddie could fight a ghost. Could Bear fight a ghost?
Could Bear fight? Bear, I don't think Bear believes in his ability to fight anything as much as I believe in my ability to fight anything.
I mean, if I can see you fight one, then I'm pretty sure I would feel that I could do it.
Yeah, which is why you need me to do it. Like, though you may believe your combat prowess is greater than mine, I believe in my combat prowess.
In a vacuum, I don't think I could fight a ghost, but as soon as Eddie does it, I'm like, yeah, okay, let me fight 10 ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Is this a one ghost at a time, though, or is this a 10 ghosts at a time? Because I think that really changes the
Well,
dynamic.
once Eddie fights one, I'm just trying to show him up and, like, get more victory points. So.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then I will therefore try and show Bear up, and so we will elevate each other.
And ghosts are like ninjas anyway.
Oh, yeah, it's the inverse ninja law. Like, one ghost is incredibly scary.
Yeah, the more ghosts, the less scary it is.
Except the more ghosts, the more they can form into one big ghost
Yeah, but
face.
So that's one ghost.
Oh, that's so cool, though. That's such a cool fight.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not less scary. It's
The final boss.
No, but it's so much cooler. Think of how cool
No, I'm
the
saying
fight
ghosts
is.
are cool. It's just that the inverse ninja rule doesn't apply.
Well, if they're cool, why are we busting them?
They're cool conceptually. They're not cool to hang when you're just trying to like read a book and they're licking your ear, and then you look up and there's nothing there, and you say, "Oh, I guess it was just the wind," as your ear drips with slime.
You're right. That's a horrible image. Never reading a book again, I guess.
That's why you keep your sage knuckle duster nearby and just punch him one whenever you feel.
On your ear. That's why you always wear your sage knuckle dusters as earrings.
And then it turns out it was your partner just licking your ear for no reason. You just sage knuckle punch. Watch out for loving ear licks in this game.
Yeah, I believe in Eddie's ability to fight a ghost. I'm convinced.
I do like the scenario where these ghosts are so annoying they won't stop snuggling me.
But it's like, I'm going to bust you, and they're like, oh, bust me.
I'm too warm.
These ghosts are just like a nice dog.
Slightly too affectionate dog, yeah.
And they're the ghosts that need the fighting the most.
Are you saying you'd fight a dog?
I'd fight affectionate ghosts.
Is there any more detail to this plan? Or have we pretty much summed it up?
I would simply fight
Why
it.
do you need more detail? I've given you the premise. I've given you multiple weapons. All I got to do now is find the ghost.
Just checking. Oh, there's ghosts everywhere. There's one behind you.
All right, let's go.
Right, Eddie's gone for a bit. He's wrestling a ghost in the background. So, about different ideas, huh?
My sage knuckle dusters are downstairs.
I'll spook you.
I'll believe in this holy water. I'll spit it at you.
Wait, Eddie had holy water on prep. Okay, this is perfect.
A mouthful of holy water at all times.
It's all right, guys. I worked up a sweat, and sweat is salty enough the ghosts don't like it, it turns out.
Sorry, guys, it's not good for the recording, but I always gotta be ready.
All right, this bit's gone on too far. Let's move on. I did punch my own hand, and it was stupidly doing that. Not worth the sound effect.
We give Eddie a tiny bit of encouragement. He starts beating himself up.
I thought it would be a good sound effect. It probably just ruined where the clap is.
Yeah, this is why real life Eddie isn't Fight Eddie.
Right, everyone's trying to fight the ghost, get the ghost to fight. No, I'm here to solve the problem. You tell me where we need to bust some ghosts. I turn up in my car. I unstrap the couch from the top of my car. I drag it inside the building. I get a little bookcase. I put it down, and I get a spare armchair out the boot. Set it up, and I let the ghost sit down, and I ask them to tell me about their problems. And we are going to get through these problems, work through them, and let them leave the mortal coil.
When you shut up in your car, I thought you were just going to try and run over ghosts.
You're going to get me to run them over? No, I just have to get the psychiatrist's couch.
I thought that's where you were going to lead when you say, I show up with my car. I was like, where's this going?
The exorcism mobile, which is just a big, like, basically a mystery machine with the big couch.
It's a psychiatrist's couch.
Is an incredibly.
I don't know if you're strong enough to lift a couch by yourself.
I'm sure you can find some pun about, like, the spirit shrink, something in there. There's got to be something in there.
Oh, notably, before anyone asks, I think it would be correct to get like proper certification first.
Yeah, of course.
For moral reasons and for training to be good at it reasons.
I think you could make the certification.
No, I'm going to go and get a bachelor in psychology or something. I don't know.
No, all I mean is like, I don't think the field of ghost psychology is developed enough for anyone to really hold that position of certifying body.
Ghost psychology? Nah, just normal psychology will do it.
Yeah, I think you just get a normal like psychology degree. Because ghosts are humans who have moved on.
Yeah.
I think you need to be careful. You don't want to do cognitive behavioral therapy for the ghosts because like
that won't work.
That just won't work. Like they need proper moving on treatment, not like, oh, have you tried like gaslighting yourself into feeling okay about yourself? Nah.
Tell me about your mother and just see what goes on.
But if gaslighting works, then, we just got to get rid of these ghosts. So fair enough. It doesn't matter if the ghost problems are solved or not, as long as they think their problems are solved.
It's true. So we gaslight gatekeep girl boss our way through these ghosts.
Gaslight gatekeep ghost bust.
Ooh, okay. We could also do group therapy if there's a lot of ghosts.
Yeah.
But the problem is that there might be one like ghost that is quite strenuous and has a lot more to work out than the others.
Move that one.
And so like the group therapy group could start off with like 15 ghosts, and then like after the first like few weeks there's only 2 ghosts remaining, and then they get more sad because like, oh, everyone else has moved on and I can't deal with my own problems.
Oh, that's really funny.
I think you might need a lot of tools as well, because I feel like this is a difficult area to approach, right? At the start of this kind of treatment, a lot of ghosts will react very negatively.
No, you just get them to sit down on the nice comfy couch. You ask them about their problems. Coach? Damn it, couch. Yeah, we're going to coach them through their problems.
You can put them on a coach. You can have a bus that goes around therapizing.
The ghost bus.
Wait, actually, yeah, you don't have to drag the couch inside. You convert a coach to be the psychiatry room with the couch set up and all the books and stuff and the other chair. Yeah.
How do you convince these ghosts to get in the couch?
Look, ghosts want to move on. The reason they're haunting everyone is they're stuck here and they hate it and so on. If someone reaches out and tries to help them, they'll give it a go.
Yeah, but you're like, okay, think about what you're really angry about. Ghost just flips out and turns the couch to goo, and then you have to touch the goo.
Sounds fine.
Is that a power ghosts have? They can turn things to goo?
I didn't know they could transmute things.
They can make you think that they're goo briefly, like they can make the walls drip with blood or whatever. They can...
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then you ask them why did they lash out like that? Let's work through this problem.
Yeah. I just think you might need a suite of tools to deal with the lashing out.
And that's where the degree in psychology comes.
Yeah, tools. Arm yourself with knowledge.
I am also available for hire if you do need a bouncer.
Yeah, if we find any ghosts who don't want to move on and actually are just doing it for I don't know, they like hurting people, that's what we get Eddie in for.
Just replace the armchair with Eddie, so if the ghost lashes out at you, Eddie can just swing his fist up.
Replace the armchair with Eddie. So I have to be a ghost chair.
No, Jamie's sitting on you, the ghost is on the sofa.
How good an armchair are you, Eddie?
Great, but then I have to but hang on, but then I'd be in the position to punch Jamie.
I duck.
Well, no, the ghost's coming towards Jamie. I mean, yeah, if you use your sage punch on Jamie, then the ghost can't hurt Jamie doing that. Jamie gets iframes. Against ghosts.
So is Eddie stuffed in the armchair so that he can jump out, or is Eddie wearing an armchair?
Oh, you think I don't see those Junji Ito books behind you?
I had the image of Danny DeVito in Always Sunny climbing out of the couch. Just I had to take off my knuckle dusters. It was too hot in there. Oh, let me go back in and get him. Oh, but I'm covered in sweat, so that's all right. I'll use that to fight.
I was thinking Eddie was just kneeling on the floor and just being quiet.
Just have me outside. It doesn't take long to open a door.
Having Eddie on hand doesn't take Eddie being the armchair.
But you can pay extra for that.
Eddie has to be ready to intercept a ghost strike, so I don't think you can be outside the room.
Eddie has twisted his body into the form of an armchair, Junji Ito style, as Bear has suggested.
I mean, we could also just give Jamie the EMF gun that I alluded to earlier. That if they're coming towards him, he's got a self-defense option.
Just a regular gun.
Just a regular gun. That doesn't work on regular ghosts.
Yeah, but it would maybe give the way you wave it around might intimidate the ghost into behaving.
Oh, right. The ghost would go, oh, a gun. Wait a minute, I'm a ghost. And in that time, I busted into the room and busted the ghost. Yeah,
it buys you the time. Just give Jamie a toy gun and that buys you the time.
No, it can't be a normal gun.
Well, again, if Jamie believes the gun's going to work, then the gun will work.
Oh, the power of faith. Interesting.
You just have a gun and you've just got some biblical verse just written down the side of it, and that's enough to freak the ghost out that it might work.
So we're going to try therapy. By the way, I have a gun.
No, this was added by other people. I'm still just going to do therapy.
I do have a gun, though.
Yes, Eddie has a gun.
There's Eddie comes in his second van, always following Jamie's van.
I just casually walk through the room sometimes. Isn't this meant to be a private event? Shouldn't anyone else be like, oh, don't worry about him, he's fine. I just have a gun on my hip, very badly concealed.
Yeah, you're open carrying.
I'm not saying this doesn't work, but the problem, we've got ghosts everywhere, and it sounds like you can deal with a few ghosts every handful of months.
We're going to work through it. We can get other people trained.
That's better than the current rate of 0.
Yeah, actually, that's good. Thank you, Eddie. It's better than 0, and we can get other people doing it.
I'm not sure. What's the half-life on these ghosts? Do they disappear in a few months anyway? Just new ones pop up?
Don't ghosts last for decades and decades until someone comes and deals with them? You get haunted ghosts from, they're always Confederate soldiers.
The high-profile hauntings, yeah, but the average ghost? I'm not sure.
It's an interesting point that if your goal is to reduce the total number of ghosts, you need to be able to therapize ghosts at a higher rate than they are created in order to actually help the problem.
Yeah.
Admittedly, reducing the rate is still helpful to some degree.
It would be funny if there is some fundamental change in ghost therapy versus human therapy, and it just turns every ghost even angrier, and you finally exorcise them and they make a new ghost.
I guess as a side hustle to this, you could get these ghosts. Like, you could stop the creation of ghosts by getting people to finish their fucking business. It's like, before you die, remember to finish your business. You don't want to be a ghost.
But that basically means have no business, because you never know.
I'm not a fan of that.
We need to fund mental health better to make this work, because if we do that, we can get other psychologists on it other than just me. And in doing so, there'll be fewer ghosts being created.
Before we solve all of society's problems, maybe let's stick to the scope of the question.
Whoa.
I was just like, I'm a ghost, and you just have to play 1am terraforming Mars with me, and I'm done.
So yeah, I solved the problem.
And the rest of society with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to solve the problem, you just simply have to solve all of society's woes. Don't worry,
Enough
that's
people
easy.
aren't going to therapy. That means we've got enough therapists sitting around to help as well.
That's definitely how that works.
Yeah. Guy would rather die and become a ghost than go to therapy.
Men do be like that. Hey babe, I know I say this a lot, but we really could use your help in getting a few more ears on this bad boy. I'm not suggesting you sully your social feeds with reposts of the episodes, unless you want to, of course. But if you're having a conversation and remember a joke you heard on the podcast, or somehow you learned something from this show, why not just mention, this came up on a podcast I was listening to called Win Stupid Prizes. It only takes a few seconds, and it's honestly little tidbits like that, which is how I get most of my recommendations, so I'd really appreciate it. In fact, and don't tell the other listeners this, but you're my favourite.
So, it is Halloween, and you know what a good pastime for Halloween is?
Ghosts.
It's going to haunted houses.
Oh.
And normally, they're just like, they're okay, there's some people dressed up, they can't touch you, etc. It's a safe experience. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Make it dangerous.
Fuck that. They can touch you now. That's my answer.
They can touch you now. Yeah, I know you've got the money to, like, find a new place. And you can convert your old place into a haunted house.
My rental.
Yep, but it just punch your landlord. It's fine. You get the money from touring people around the haunted house. You move the ghost problem into the haunted house, and we're fine. The house is now a haunted house.
Right, but I need to have a sign up that says unhaunted, so each ghost thinks there's not already ghosts.
Ooh, that's a good point.
I
Yeah.
put and then I take that un off once they're all inside.
Well, you just put like a bunch of dolls there, just ready for like a spirit to inhabit if it needs to, or like, you know.
Mention that this house is not haunted is asking
Yeah.
many questions about the number of ghosts on the property.
You put a few gravestones there that haven't been filled yet, so that people can come in and be like, "Oh, that's a lovely gravestone. I'll chill out here."
Ripe for haunted house. We're pleased to offer this new property.
Become a ghost property manager.
Why? Hang on a minute. So are you trying to attract more ghosts to a specific house? Is this your target?
I think the goal is to attract all ghosts to the one house.
If we attract, like, if we have some haunted house centers that are prime ghost real estate,
Yeah.
the ghosts will be attracted towards those, and they'll leave everyone else alone. And then the people that like going to haunted houses, it was like, sweet, this is a really, really fucking haunted house. I love it here. The people that don't like haunted houses, they can just chill in their unhaunted houses.
You know that in I think it's Louisiana, they have to specify whether a house is haunted or not when it's up for sale.
Wait, what?
Why don't you instead buy a haunted house and just not put people in there? And therefore, you have the haunted house ready to go.
A ready haunted house.
Wait, this is a thing?
Yeah, I think it's Louisiana. There is a place where it may not be all of Louisiana, but like there are certainly towns where you have to specify whether or not a house is haunted when you put it up for sale.
That is fascinating.
I'm confident this is a truth. I don't know the specifics of it.
I love it.
So the problem with just having a haunted house is there's still ghosts everywhere. So we need the goal of the house needs to be to get like all the ghosts in the vicinity, right?
Yeah, we try and get as many ghosts as we can. So, like, you probably need different, like, styles of haunting for the different unfinished businesses the ghosts have. But that's fine. You just have different rooms. It's like, this is my...
Like themed rooms, right?
Themed rooms,
Like
yeah,
this
it's
is
like
this is the wet dripping room for the drowned.
Yeah, these are where the creepy children go.
We really want to capture first one of those ghosts that haunts the house itself and like makes it have all these rooms and stuff. Like, you know, the evil spirit of the house. We want to get one of those in first.
The evil spirit that makes the house, like, super big and...
Yeah, because then it can
Yeah.
house all the other ghosts really easily and it doesn't take work, which I'm all about.
Yeah, we don't need building renovation here. I mean, you can just buy, like, a massive old house because they're pretty cheap, right? Like, no one's using those houses anymore.
Is Eddie Googling Louisiana ghost law?
I was trying. It's not an easy Google. It turns out.
I'm an expert in Louisiana ghost law.
I think it's Louisiana. I was trying to find out like where you have to specify, but most of the answers are, well, you don't have to be too specific about it. It's probably worth mentioning. It's like there's no laws about it. Anyway, keep going on your thing. I'll keep Googling.
No.
Right, okay. So, you're going to cram all the ghosts into one house.
Yep.
Themed rooms.
Yep.
Is this just, admittedly it's not Eddie, is this just a money-making scheme?
Slightly. You can make money here, but the goal is that you make enough money with one haunted house that then you've got enough to expand to another area.
Oh, and buy another
build
one.
another haunted house.
Attract them all
you
in.
keep going. And then you've got a national/international franchise of haunted houses where all the ghosts are. And all the ghosts are not at anyone else's house. You get ghost monopoly.
Other question. There was a mention of all the ghosts forming up into one big ghost earlier on in the fighting section.
Yeah.
Is that not a problem if you put all the ghosts in one place?
No.
They're in the house.
Because there's a lot of people who love ghosts.
Anyone who goes into the house takes on the risk.
Yeah, if you go into the haunted house, you love haunted houses. You love ghosts.
You want to get spooked.
You want to get spooked.
And you're okay with getting touched by ghosts.
Remember that scene in the movie that we're trying to do here where all the ghosts, the big ghost happens and then, or is it a demon? It might be a demon, but who knows?
Are you thinking Mewtwo in Pokemon the movie?
No, I'm thinking of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, it's a demon, but nonetheless.
Yeah, nonetheless, giant ghost rampages downtown London.
That's great advertising.
That is good advertising, to be fair.
Fantastic advertising. Cool. I don't see any problem.
It'll also reduce rent prices in London, which would be pretty good.
Yeah, I have no problem with
Ghostbusters not picking up our calls.
We call in Sam to deal with it. He says, "Hey, Marshmallow Man, get in the house."
That's where it came from.
That's all I do.
Don't send me to my room, Dad.
So apparently, law, I've joined the Google train.
I found adults.
In some states, if you're asked, you have to disclose if it's haunted, essentially under, is there a stigma affecting this property?
Fair enough. I found that there appears to be one real estate agent in New Orleans that does specify by default, like whether it's haunted or not.
Yeah,
but apparently also in Japan, you have to specify whether or not the previous tenant died in an apartment. But nonetheless, you can find houses that are pre-haunted to make your job a little bit easier.
Oh, just get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Keep the ghosts, move the people.
Yeah, I think initially it will probably cost less.
Does having current tenants count as haunted?
Depends on the landlord.
Depends on their pulse. You're going to get like competing ghost house franchises.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. Like initially, it will be quite cheap to pick up these ghost houses. But as time goes on and we prove the business model, then obviously...
I've got to establish that brand.
Yeah, we got to make sure
I'm sure I can find some evil ghosts that'll just do the corporate stuff really well.
Yeah, you can hire the ghost to do some of your ghost dirty work.
This ghost had stocks left over or whatever, and that means he didn't move on and he's just going to become your bean counter.
My unfinished business is I didn't create a massive conglomerate empire of ghost-haunted houses.
What's our brand? We need a good catchy brand. Just Haunt Co.
HU... No, that's Hunt.
Spectre. We just call it Spectre. It's just called Spectre. That's a good name for an evil corporation that does ghost stuff.
I was thinking Unreal Estate, but like... You know.
Oh. But that's how buying and selling properties like division.
Yeah, it has some video game problems. It's funny that you mentioned turning this into a corporate empire. Because
that's what I do.
Because that's what I do, baby. Look, my initial thought here was, what if we just started charging the ghosts rent? And then I went, why stop there? Why don't we employ the ghosts? Make them work for us. If they're going to be living in our houses, we may as well benefit from them. Start sending them to jobs, start charging them rent, incorporate them into society, make them tax-paying members of society. At some point...
How can you incorporate them if they're incorporeal?
Let me get that. Great pun. But I'm going to get to that in just a second, because I've got some ideas of jobs that ghosts could do specifically. Obviously, they get paid less because they don't need food and stuff. But
So wait, so the world's haunted houses, you're incorporating them into society in general, but But
Yeah.
you can now hire ghosts to haunt a house to make a haunted house.
Which is a job that they can do.
Yeah.
But they could also do jobs like, they'd be quite useful as surveyors. Like, if you need to find out what's under the ground or what's in this house that's hard to do, instead of knocking down walls and stuff, you send a ghost in, have a little look around, tell you what's there. And they can observe. Because they're incorporeal specifically, they're great at getting into places without having to break through those places. Like tunnel scouting, that's a huge thing. Like figuring out what's under the ground is such a big deal. Exploring cave systems. They got options, these ghost boys and girls.
Yeah,
These
you can
ghosts.
like find the leaks where like my plumbing system's broken. Oh, I gotta go into your plug.
I had exactly that problem earlier this year, that like there was just a really bad smell on our toilet, in our bathroom
There's
rather.
ghosts in your pipes.
Yeah, that's like there was a pipe missing when they redid the bathroom. It was just like from the sink, so it wasn't like smelly, but it was stagnant water.
Yeah.
And if we had a ghost that could poke its head onto the floor, we would have solved that problem in about a day rather than the several weeks that it took to do all the exploratory services.
Now, I think the main part of your business is going to be riding the line between getting jobs that ghosts will do, like getting a job that a ghost is willing to do, without it being satisfying for them. Because if you put a ghost in a job that's satisfying and they finish the job, then they stop existing.
That solves
Well,
the
that's
problem.
absolutely fine though, because part of the busting ghost is getting them to move on. And so, if they feel that their business is completed because they have completed a business activity, that's perfect. And then we have more. The job opens back up. The unemployment solves itself.
So you've mentioned a small problem. The reason that humans work typically is because you kind of need food to eat and you kind of need a place to live.
Oh yeah, you can't capitalism slavery them.
We can't evict these ghosts because that's the whole problem. How do you force them? Well, how do you convince them to work?
I've got this one.
Oh, thanks, Jamie.
You open a ghost McDonald's, and now they feel that they need to get money to be able to buy things at the ghost McDonald's to eat the ghost burgers, and now they want money for food. Yeah, there we go.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say that I think we can make capitalism work for us. Because you can hire ghosts for cheaper, they're going to want to replace their workers. And so a new business starts up evicting ghosts, essentially. And therefore, ghosts have to pay rent, and therefore ghosts need jobs. Because this new business has started up to capitalize on the ghost problem.
You're basically saying, if you don't work for us, we'll exorcise you.
No, not exercise, just evict.
We're sending in exorcists, and so you have to work for us if you don't want to get exorcised.
They're exorcists that, rather than exorcising the ghost, just evict them from the property.
And then where are they going to go?
Which is that's an exorcism.
No, they don't move on or whatever to the next world. They just get kicked out onto the street because we're lovely people.
A little secret about exorcism, Jamie, it never actually deals with the ghost fully, it just gets it away from there.
I haven't seen the
And that's
movie.
fine, because the ghost still needs somewhere to live, right? That's like, they don't want to be out in the cold, alone. They like haunting. They like spooking. So they've got to pay rent for that privilege.
What we need to do is build a big ghost gym so we can really exercise the ghosts.
That was my joke.
Is this a Pokemon thing again?
I mean, also, the other way that this works for us is if they get fed up of, like most humans get fed up of having to go to work every day for their entire lives, if ghosts get fed up with having to go to work every day for their entire afterlife, they'll simply move on. And therefore that busts the ghost and reduces the number of ghosts in the world.
Just a question here. I think one of the problems ghosts have is that they can't just move on.
I've got it. I've solved it. We've got both of our answers. Ghosts in gainful employment as ghost psychiatrists solves the problem.
Get the ghosts to solve themselves.
Yeah. Ghosts can't just move on, but if you get a ghost psychiatrist, they can help each other move on.
I also figured that if they get fed up with the afterlife life, the afterlife 9 to 5, as more than they are annoyed by their unfinished business, that will encourage them to move. They will move on by nature of being more fed up with that than they are disappointed with their unfinished business.
This is a very depressing thought.
That's a logic I have randomly attributed and hopes that is true.
That tracks.
I've just been thinking back about the answers so far, and a lot of them require an awful lot of goodwill from the ghosts.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't, because all I have to do is start charging them rent. Once I can get into the position where they are being charged rent, it doesn't matter if they want to be to do it or
until
not. They have to.
until one of them realizes they can just say no
Yeah.
and the rising.
Yeah, what if they just say no?
And then I come in with my sage knuckle dusters, and they're like, all right, I'll pay
That's
rent.
union busting, Eddie. You go to jail for that.
Not in the
But
States.
I thought the point was to bust. Bust the ghost. I don't have the union bust to do
We're
it.
ghost busting, not union busting.
As long as we're still busting. You just asked how can we bust ghosts. You didn't specify.
And Jamie came in with the answer, how can we bust ghosts with a coach?
I don't see the problem with like a whole separate ghost society starts
Incorporation.
up. Wait, they can start their own ghost corporations if they want.
Yeah.
I just like the sentence you were about to say was, I don't see the problem with incorporation for ghosts.
Incorporeal. Oh,
Which
damn
is
it.
just giving them bodies by accident. You got misunderstood.
Eddie, hasn't this already been tried though? Because like in the pandemic, I was hearing a lot about ghost kitchens.
Well, yeah, I guess that was an initial premise of it. Fair enough. And they worked so well.
Yeah.
Until they moved on.
Until it got outed that they weren't ghosts, they were just the employees being told they're working at 3 different businesses. Just regular humans.
Just regular capitalism. Fuck.
Right, but if you had to pay a ghost less than that, they'd work better. And then ghosts would have food to eat, and they'd have more things to spend their money on, and we'd have more reason to charge them rent and get them jobs.
Ideal.
It's a self-sustaining economy.
And then more people more people die without fulfilling their things, and you make more ghosts, and they're all good.
Yeah, anytime a ghost doesn't get the right Ghost Donald's Happy Meal toy, it spawns a second ghost.
We do have to be careful, I realise, that if people have debt and that forces it to be unfinished business when they die, if corporations and governments start implementing that, then we do just actually increase the number of ghosts by having ghost businesses. So we gotta be real strict on our ghost regulation.
Do I have a Magic the Gathering reference for you?
Fantastic.
But I'm not going to go into it.
Counterspell.
Crap. Wait, no, I took Counterspell.
Oh,
Spoilers.
you see a pair of ghosts?
Right. We've got societal solutions. We've got all this other stuff going on. I've got a much more in-the-moment practical solution to be able to get rid of these ghosts. It's very simple bet, and you'll probably love it because it borders on pranking people. The ghosts, notably. Right. What you do is you just tell people where the ghosts are to accidentally, in air quotes, because people can't see my camera, get caught by the ghosts doing embarrassing things in indecent situations and stuff, and eventually you just embarrass the ghosts enough to make them leave.
You're trying to shortcut my get them fed up with society thing by just getting them more embarrassed than they are unfinished business.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just, okay, so for example, you're saying, I go to a house we know is haunted. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be so brave and camp out here. And then every time the ghost comes to start haunting me, I'm like mid-poop in the middle of a room or like something awkward and it just like turns around and goes back through the wall.
You've got it in one.
You've heard of like drug-resistant bacteria, where like bacteria evolve to be resistant to drugs.
Good thing ghosts aren't bacteria.
I think what we're doing here is very similar, and you're creating the perfect environment to get ghosts who are really into that.
Thankfully, there are multiple ways to be embarrassed. So you just have to try all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, if they're too much into seeing bear poop, there's definitely other things to be embarrassed about. There are many different ways you can embarrass someone. People have different icks and so on. You just have to, you have a playbook and you try different ones.
You just have to rely that you're going to find it before the ghost does.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Just trial and error embarrassment.
I like this scenario, but mostly because I'm imagining the kind of ghost that I'll be. I'll be indestructible.
Exactly. You're creating a lot of bear ghosts, and then what are you going to do there? Like, just play Terraforming Mars?
Yeah, exactly. That solves this problem again, yeah.
That's not embarrassing, though. That's proud.
Yeah, but that distracts the ghost long enough.
Do you suffer from secondhand embarrassment? Like, if someone did something that was embarrassing enough to themselves, do you suffer from cringe, and therefore you cringe yourself into finishing your business?
But you just send a load of people really enjoying their special interests into the house in a way that society is embarrassed by.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it.
Everyone goes in and does their anime dance, yeah.
There's so many different ways of doing this because people are embarrassed about all sorts of different things, and you just have to find them. And you just, I guess, you build up a catalogue of ways of doing it and people to bring in because, you know, you said the ghosts are everywhere, not just your house. So you have to get a decent number of people involved.
Yeah, there's so many ghosts. Have you not seen them?
No, I'm too far north. It's too cold.
No, it's cold because there's so many ghosts up there, Jamie. I think you've misunderstood.
I'd love to hang out with some ghosts.
You're just so used to the fog that came in here that you don't realise it's ghost.
Ghost fog, yeah. But I think, yeah, you get a suite of people involved, different cringy and embarrassing skills. Bring them in, like try and work out a little bit in terms of what would be the right thing to do, and you get used to it, and you bring the right people in, and the ghosts get embarrassed and leave. No one's immune. I know you don't. You think you're immune to embarrassment.
Some people are harder to embarrass. This is true.
Yeah, and they're the hard cases you have to work on a bit, and maybe some of the other solutions, like getting Eddie to fight them, work for those ones. But for the vast majority of ghosts, the vast majority of people are easily embarrassed by something.
And that thing is yet to be determined, and thus we have a good industry.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out as well, though, like, does the ghost have a feeling? Does it have to be, like, a genuine self-embarrassment for it to affect the ghost? Do you have to employ...
Different people have different levels
Yeah,
you need
that's
to
what
get
I'm
them
wondering,
to make them leave.
I'm wondering, though, do you actually have to employ some, like, unwitting accomplices to go along with the embarrassing people so that they don't expect it? To get the genuine reactions.
Well, you want the ghost to get embarrassed. The person doesn't need to be embarrassed. Who's doing the thing?
Oh, but you're trying to, like, trick them. You're trying to be like, I'm not here to embarrass you. I'm just here to hang out with my friends. Oh, no, an embarrassing thing. Oh, you didn't expect that. Is that...
Or, you know, the fact that it happens in front of someone else is really embarrassing.
That's second-hand embarrassment then, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's one of the methods.
Yeah.
Sure.
We just played them Peep Show.
Yeah, everyone loves Peep. That's not. That. There you go. You found. If I'm a ghost, just Peep Show, and then I'll be gone.
But then when all our employees die, they become really, really terrible ghosts. We solve it for one generation, and then there's a massive outbreak.
Wait, part of the solution with the people you're getting in is you make sure in the contract that they have to have a really embarrassing recording on file of them. So when they come back as a ghost, you just play the really embarrassing recording of them and they leave immediately.
Yeah, but, like, what if they've made peace with it by the time? The fact that you've asked for it and they've taken the job.
You constantly update it every year in your staff review.
Just keep a file of...
It's the Batman file of how to beat the Justice League, but for all your employees.
I think this does work, but it puts us on a trajectory of generationally increasing ghost embarrassment powers and fundamentally alter society.
Yeah, but I'll be dead by then.
Oh, no, I think I figured that one out, though. If you can keep their parents as ghosts around, because there's lots of things people don't want their parents to know, and so you just one generation eliminate the ghosts. You eliminate the parent ghosts when the children ghosts become... The children become ghosts. You can afford to get rid of the parents.
Oh, yeah, so we keep...
So it's a generational company.
But then you can't keep the children around. So you need to keep all ghosts until humanity is dead, is what you're saying.
No. You only need one extra generation of ghosts to make this work.
Yeah, but you need the previous... So what you're saying is you need the previous generation, which means that if you get rid of the current generation, then when there's a new generation of ghosts, you've got no parents' ghosts.
This is just for the employees, by the way. This is just for the employees of the company.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just need their ancestral line.
Yeah.
You just need their parents. And then when their children become employees of the same company because we're a family business, then you could get rid of the grandparents ghosts. You can get them to move on and keep the kids. Yeah.
But then how do you get rid of the parents' ghosts once they've dealt with the kids? You need the grandparents.
Well, you use their parents' ghosts.
You need to keep all ghosts until
I
humanity is dead.
understand the problem now.
It took a while, but...
So Eddie's variant on the solution is don't bust the ghosts, put them in storage, neatly organize them until you're ready to end humanity.
You've just got one column of employee ghosts. Like, the rest of the world's ghosts can get binned off. That's fine. Sorry, busted, not binned off.
I can't imagine you're coming up with a plan that doesn't involve literally everyone becoming part of your company.
Me neither.
I'll just fight them. It's fine.
Back to fight him.
Yeah, and you're right, until Eddie derailed my plan, I think it worked perfectly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. All good. Just embarrass the ghosts, and any that... I think everyone's embarrassable, and anyone who fall through the cracks, we've got these other solutions as backups.
I think I would have a lot of fun with this. I would want to be... If we can get paid for this, that would be my niche.
But everyone... Wait, you didn't ask about payment in the original question, and a bunch of people have brought corporate ones.
No, but like I'm saying, if this would be fun to me if I can have the time to do it as a job. You know, you're saying this is a career to go and embarrass ghosts and get really good at it.
Okay, well then get the people you're exercising the ghosts out of the houses to pay you. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
not
saying
too
like
hard.
personally, I think I'd have a good time if I could make this a career, tricking ghosts into seeing my butt.
Yeah. Oh, whoops, you found me without trousers on.
I'd just be inside a room and I'd be be like, oh, I'm so sleeping and ready to be haunted, and they come into the room and I'm just mooning them.
Oh, whoops. I forgot to put my trousers on. And the ghost like, we saw you come into the house. You weren't wearing trousers and you used this job as an excuse.
The ghost sues for indecent exposure because it wasn't embarrassed enough.
As do the people hiring you. You have to be really careful to not prank the people you're trying to save from the ghosts.
I mean, we give them, it's like fumigating a house, right? If they're there when you're pranking ghosts, that's on them.
It's their own fault, yeah.
You tell them when you're doing it. You put up a circus around the house.
Yeah, that's how that works. And circuses are really embarrassing, so that'll fix most ghosts.
A big circus thing, yeah.
A decency screen, yeah. So the neighbours don't see Bear mooning just everywhere, constantly, yeah.
You just have signs on the outside of the thing that goes over the house, just like, warning, butt exposed at all times.
Warning, arse.
I hope the ghost doesn't see. Yeah.
That's my specialty. I'm just like, I paint a picture of a teapot on my bum, and then when the ghost tries to like float and throw a teapot around, it's like, you touched my butt.
All ghosts love to throw teapots, you're right. The one thing every ghost does.
Wait, we're doing dick in a box with the teapot.
What about American ghosts who don't know about teapots?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah, just a coffee.
A coffee.
We say, come and get your pot of hot coffee. And then it's my butt.
I had a really stupid image of what about a ghost that loves grabbing butts. You just draw a butt on your butt.
A ghost that loves grabbing butts. I'm like, here's my butt, and then it's my balls.
We come full circle back to balls.
It goes all the way down.
It's always about the balls.
Okay. Hearing all of these, I remind you all that I did come into the question asking, how can I bust ghosts? And I think all but maybe one of these answers implies some serious large-scale projects and societal changes.
Yeah.
Getting a bachelor's degree, yes.
However, the one answer, I'm telling you now so I don't get disappointed, it's not winning.
Oh, no.
Pokeballs, I think, is the most practical tool for busting.
Fair.
But I am absolutely showing ghosts my balls and butt.
Yeah!
Playing to the judge win.
I wasn't even trying to play to the judge, and it worked anyway.
Yeah, no, it came close, but then I remembered, I can absolutely prank ghosts all day.
Damn, I was thinking, like, fighting is the only one that doesn't require, like, it's a huge shift and doesn't have an obvious flaw.
Yeah. Well, the other thing about this one is I was like, okay, there is the side where we need to make a company that busts ghosts, and then I'm like, nah, I just need to make a reputation among ghosts that I will show them my butt, and then they just leave me alone.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but just going to solve the immediate localized problem.
And you only get the ghosts holding you that actually want to see your butt, and then you just got a cool roommate.
Yeah. That's just how I find people to be friends with.
And then you charge them the rent.
How do I bust 5% of ghosts? Good question.
All right, well done, Jamie, for bringing my butt as an answer.
Yeah.
Your prize today is a bottle of spirits that's been emptied.
Good, I don't like spirits that much.
It's ready for you to fill it back up again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can do that. That sounds better than
Just
vodka.
finished drinking a bottle of vodka. What?
Here you go.
Sorry. A bottle of spirits that is half. That is empty.
That will be empty by the time I get it to you.
Yeah.
Well, now that it's empty, I'm going to show you my butt.
Oh, no.
Thanks for listening, Anonymous Data Point. I know everyone tells you this, but as a tiny independent outlet, we really do need your support. So if you've enjoyed this stupid episode, please subscribe on whichever platform you're listening on. If you're feeling extra generous, you could rate and review us on Apple and Spotify. 5 stars, please. Or more importantly, you could recommend this show to a friend. Regardless of whether you do any of that, we really appreciate your listenership, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Well, you'll see us anyway. I mean, not see, exactly. Nah, you get the idea. Hey everybody, and welcome to Win Spooky Prizes, the show where we ask the questions that were spooky enough to not what was the question again? No.
That's the question.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Win Spooky Prizes. That is it. Yeah, I'm doubting myself. That's really dumb. The show where we ask the questions that everyone was too afraid to ask. I don't know, that's what we're going with now. Fuck it, I fucked up the intro enough times, that'll do.
Do you want to try that one again because you were laughing halfway through, or are you fine with it?
Welcome to the intro.
Didn't bother
Take
planning it in my head.
three.
Just do it.
Take 7.
I just went, yeah, I know what the intro is. Oh, it's Halloween. Go with that. And then-
Scene
That was real
1,
dumb.
take 8.
And action.